what kind of tips would you give for someone in that? I think that would be the most common things. I would say one in a congregated area like a sandbar. Do you guys have a sandbar there, or
Yeah.
like it's more like a party
Yeah.
cove or something like that?
We have both. The Party Cove is definitely very popular. It's called Byram Cove, and we have like hundreds of boats there every
Hmm.
weekend. It's crazy. And so when you get a windy day and you get the people that don't have good anchors, they don't understand the
Oh
bottom
yeah,
floor of the
yeah.
lake. Yeah, you see like quite a few like close calls in there because you're packed together. Like the tie-ups could be bigger than like 40 boats long. It gets pretty
Hmm.
intense.
Yeah.
And then you
What
get
kind
the
of tips?
people, and then you get the people that like think that, oh, like let's just tie up, but like you don't know the person,
Oh
and so they're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
can we tie up? And you're like, what? Like, I don't think so, man.
That is too funny. Yeah, yeah, I forgot about those situations. Like, we don't have as many of those because we got bigger sandbars. So for us, it's kind of like, you just find a spot, pack
Yeah,
in,
it's like
and
a
then like
parking
if you know
spot.
people, you tie up. But um, yeah, we don't have like you guys have like you said, you got 40 boats deep, and like you don't know the
So
person.
different,
It's kind
yeah.
of
It's cool to
yeah.
see how like the boating party styles are across the different states.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, 100%. What kind of tips would you give somebody to get into that scene? I guess it'd be the best way to say that. Like, like, do you just pull up and like start tying off to somebody's boat, or like?
No, you can't do that. I mean, it's a great way to meet people from a distance. Like I get a lot of people that like give me a wave and like maybe get talking because what I'll do is I'll take my paddle board out and about in the cove
Mm.
and I'll like meet people that way. And I would say that's probably a safer bet than like approaching with your own boat. You're like, can I tie up?
Yeah, yeah, and then accidentally hit him with your bow anchor, like your bow roller on the way in.
Oh my
Oof.
God. I know. It's a bad way to meet
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So then, all right, then what about tips? And then when they're returning the boat, since that's the other issue of you know, having accidents happen and stuff.
Well, my like go-to saying that I say in probably so many of my boating tutorial videos is neutral is your friend. I actually ran
Mm-hmm.
into one of the girls that watch my videos, and we were docking our boat, and she was like, "Neutral is your friend. Steer, then gear." And she's like quoting like my favorite sayings because it's so true. Like I I don't care if you're hitting like I truly don't care. If you're a new boater and you're gonna like bump up against a dock in neutral
Mm-hmm.
is so much better than when you're throttling.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yep.
and I think that you almost look like more of a controlled boater if you're coasting into a situation in neutral and you get over to the side and maybe use your little like docking pole if you need to navigate away from the
Yep.
dock, but like in a calm sense versus doing exactly what you said before and like panic throttling.
Yeah. 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 Panic and throttle's never the
Panic and
good thing.
throttle.
that's that's standard operating procedure at the boat ramp. But
Yeah, very
the
opposite from neutral is your friend.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because also you don't want to leave it in gear too. That's I think another common mistake that people make is they're approaching the dock, right? Or they're approaching whatever, whatever you're approaching the dock, you're approaching the ramp, you're approaching the sandbar or the beach or whatever. And you like are concentrating on the dock, right? You're like, okay, here's the piling. All right, we're floating, floating. But then you go to grab the line and then get it on the dock, but forget that you left it in gear and you're like going forward. So like um jet skis, wait, jet boats. That's like another one that people because it's if it's running, like it's propelling you forward. So they go to get the dock and then the boat keeps going and then now you got, that's where you see the people fall off into the water and stuff like that. So I guess I would throw that tip in there is the on your neutral fact on the neutral like neutral because if you go away and it's in gear, you're moving.